go to our racial equality page on our website, follow the link, and then after you've watched the video, email us your thoughts and questions or concerns to gino@universalspiritcenter.org. So let's start a conversation. Again, Racial Equality Project, our history. San Diego's first people, the Kumeyaay Nation, Native Americans. The Kumeyaay Nation at one time lived throughout the region and currently comprises 13 reservations scattered across San Diego County and 4 in Baja California. The Kumeyaay people who live on and off these reservations share a heritage that goes back, in their words, to the beginning of time. To overcome racial inequality, we must confront our history. We are all part of our history. Awakening Wednesday, breathwork with Toby and Dean. The last Wednesday of the month, bring your yoga mat and water, and it'll be here in person at the Lions Club. We're having a movie night. Spirit in Action is having a movie night, A Tree of Life, the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, so it will be shown here Tuesday, November 29th at 6:30. Yes. A Tree of Life offers snapshots of survivors, victims, and their family members as they reflect on their firsthand experiences with the 2018 shooting and its aftermath. More significantly, the documentary explores how a community filled with grief found courage to heal, move forward, and translate their sorrow into passionate activism. Discussion to following after the viewing. If you have any questions, contact Lee at universalspiritcenter.org. And those are the announcements for today.
So you'll hear a joke sometime before the day's out, I'm sure. So Sharonda has an announcement. I'm going to ask Sharonda, our prayer practitioner, to come up and make an announcement.
Good morning, Universal Spirit Center. As you know, I'm Sharonda G. Morris, and this is my Sadie. Have an announcement. I have been in prayer over a while, and I've been called to step away from my practitionerhood here at Universal Spirit Centers to go into a ministry that's going to be still local, but to start a local ministry with a friend of mine that we're still visioning on. But I'm here to say not goodbye, but thank you, because if you don't all know, I've grown up here. I think Al Floyd said it one day, if you ever want to know what Science of Mind looks like after someone grows up, come talk to me. I've grown here. This is my family. This is my heart. This is where I've thrived. This is where I have prayed, I've cried, I've laughed. And I am just a better person because of this community. And I could not stand here probably last year in this space with such power, and just knowing the conviction I have as a woman of God, as a woman of color of God, and just knowing that what I'm doing is an answer to a yes that's been on my soul, and I'm just saying yes to the divine and letting him guide me, and just being of service wherever I'm going to be of service. This is not a goodbye. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still a member of my small group. So there's still a piece of me here. I love you, Reverend Kevin. I love this community. I love everything that I've... Thank you. Thank you.
So I want to say, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, I'm confused about the mics. Go ahead and have a seat. I want to say a few words about Sharonda. I've known her for a decade, for 10 years. And I want to say, I agree with you about growing up here. I've witnessed your growth. I've witnessed your growth into stepping into a powerful, colored woman of God. So I've witnessed it, I've seen it, and I really acknowledge you for that. I want to say something else. When Sharonda came to me and said she was leaving, my heart dropped, and I saw in you the call. I felt it, I saw it, I so I want to acknowledge and support you in that call. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your years of service. And thank you for saying yes to the call. So let's acknowledge again. So I'm going to invite you to stand. I'm going to invite you to turn around and look below the clock where there's a camera and greet the over 100 people that are joining us online through Facebook or YouTube. We're glad you're with us. Now I invite you to turn to each other and welcome each other to Universal Spirit Center. All right, you slowly make your way back to your seats. A lively crowd this morning. Go ahead and make your way back to where you're sitting. It's awesome to see such interaction going on in the room. All right. So with the mass shootings that have happened, 3 mass shootings have happened in the last couple of weeks. So I want us to acknowledge that. So I'm going to light the prayer candle here, the memorial candle. And in transitions, we light the candle to remind us that there's a divine flame of God within all of us. Within all of us. So even though our bodies die, our souls go on. So that's when we light the candle to remind ourselves of the eternal presence. So I'm going to invite you to So 12 days ago, they invited 4 students to Charlotte. 5 days ago in Virginia, 6 people in Walmart. 4 days ago in Colorado Springs, 5 people at Club Q were shot and killed. So in addition to all of those who were injured, in addition to all of those family and friends right now that are in grief, I'm going to invite you to breathe into your heart. And we gathered spiritual community. We gather to remember that love is the most powerful thing in the universe. That it created and it sustains and guides everything. So we align with that truth right now. And we send this truth of love to the families, to the friends, to all of those that have been affected by this senseless act of violence. And we know that those souls
those 14 souls gather around and are carried to their next level of expression. So we breathe in. We feel God's love within us. We feel God's love surrounding us now.
Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only truth. Now, if you feel called, let's just take it into our heart and sing it out with me. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only truth. And staying in that quiet and stillness of truth, take into your hearts these words from the sovereign self. I am the sky, pure awareness, and not the clouds. My thoughts are clouds, simply passing through. I am the sky, vast, expansive, infinite, spacious, and free. I am enough unto myself. I am perfect right now. I am infinite wholeness. in that infinite wholeness that is the I am, that is the Creator, but is also me, is each of us. In that infiniteness, I welcome in. I am grateful for the sun rising each day, for that light of spirit that arises, that is in each one of us, that is that consciousness that we light with our inner light and share with the world. And so I know that not only this day, but each and every moment is blessed with that goodness and that light, with that love that is the power over all things. A gratitude for the words of Reverend Kevin and Gino, the music that uplifts us, and all the workers and volunteers that bring this time together. Know that we are blessed here in this house and those online, for we are all one. So in gratitude for this oneness, let us surrender. Let us be. 'cause you know my name. Spirit knows my name. God knows my name. God knows my name. Oh, no fire can burn me. No mountain can stop me. No giant can stop me. 'Cause you know my name. No fire can burn me. No valley can stop me. No mountain's gonna block me. 'Cause you hold my hand. And I'm walking in your victory. 'Cause the power lives within me. No valley's gonna stop me. 'Cause you hold my hand. No fire can burn me. No giant's gonna stop me. No mountain can block me. 'Cause you hold my hand. And I'm walking in your love. 'Cause the power is within me. There's nothing that can stop me. 'Cause you hold my hand. And 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 you Cause you know my name. No matter where I go, you know my name. No matter what I do every day, you know my name. No matter what rises up, you know my name. No matter what the world says, you know my name. You know my name. You know my name. No fire can burn me. No valley can stop me. No mountain's gonna block me. 'Cause you know my name. Yeah. You hold my hand. You know my name. Spirit knows my name. You know I am.
Gina Walker at our house band. Thanks, guys and Linda. Wow. We've been to church, huh? Do you feel like you've been to church? Wow, this song is so appropriate to the story I want to share. So about 3 months ago, my partner was going to work in India. He will have been about 6 months working in India by the time the year's done. So, you know, it's kind of a lot. We've got 3 big young dogs. How that happened, I'm not real clear, but we do. A lot to take care of when he's gone, you know? So just about the time he was leaving, I'm walking the dogs around the neighborhood, and I see on the other side of the street, the other sidewalk, this young woman, about 20, is kind of walking on the street. So I'm walking my dogs, and she sees me.
And she shouts over at me, "You're living the dream." I'm like, do I know her? Do I know you? She's like, "You're living the dream." I'm like, "I am?" Like, what do you mean? You know, how come you said that? She said, I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I am?" She goes, "Yes." She goes, "You are so surrounded by love." And I'm like, well, she's referring specifically, right, to the dogs, right? But that statement really caused me to just kind of like pause and look around my life. And I thought, you know, I had a moment, an epiphany, an awareness that it is true. I'm so surrounded by love. And I've added onto that support, because that's what I feel. I am so supported. I'm so loved. And as I thought about this statement that she said to me, I thought that's really, through her, a call of the universe. Just stating what's true. Maybe you kind of needed to hear it. I was a little anxious about my partner leaving and doing all the stuff ahead of me for those 3 months, right? It's almost like the universe just knew I needed to hear that and to be aware of it, right? And so, Gino, the song, Gino, "You Know My Name," it's like the universe knew my particular circumstances and just rushed in and said, "You're surrounded by love and support." So I just want to share that with you, wherever you're at in your life, whatever you're feeling. You are surrounded by love and by support. A love and a support that's infinite. No matter what you're going through. I want to pause here and mention something about my sexy voice, which I've had for a few weeks. I discovered it's not only a sexy voice, but it's probably caused by a virus that has settled in my vocal cords. Imagine such a thing could happen. So, just wanted to share that. So it was really powerful for me to be able to take a moment, take a pause, and look around my life and just really feel and let in how supported and loved I am. Because I talked about this a couple of weeks ago when I was here, because I got to tell you, my mind tends to look at what's wrong, right? What's not working, or the 20 people that say you did a good job and the one person that didn't. What are we going to think about that one person, right? Because that's what our minds tend to do. It kind of looks for what's wrong, and if we stay with the what's wrong long enough, the mind will collect other things that are wrong and that are not working. Pretty soon, we're down a dark, dark rabbit hole, right? So we're all about what's not working, what's missing, who doesn't love me, how I'm not supported. So a pause to be able to hear a truth, a deep truth, is a powerful thing. Here's what else was powerful for me about that call from across the street that I'm surrounded in love. Is that I have a tendency, I don't know if you have this tendency, but I have a tendency when I'm engaged in something to start thinking about what's next. You know, almost in my mind, preparing, what's the next thing? What's the next thing I've got to do? How many people are like that? A few people. And I don't know about you, you can't all be Capricorns. I blame it on my astrological sign, but you can blame it on whatever you want. But we have a tendency to look forward. But then what we're doing in both these situations, what's wrong and looking forward, what we're doing is we're missing the moment. We're missing all of the love and all of the support that's surrounding us. And you know, I have this tendency, I don't know if you do, I have this tendency of looking forward also in my spiritual life. I'm looking for the next awakening, or the next enlightenment. Maybe if I do enough prayer or spiritual practice, I'll become enlightened, right? How many think that? Few of you. If I do enough work, I'll be enlightened, you know, like Buddha or Christ or some of the others, right? So Adyashanti, I don't know what his name was before he took his Sanskrit name Adyashanti, maybe it was something like Fred or Sam or Steve, because he grew up in Southern California. He was a surfer in Costa Rica, but now he's Adyashanti because he had an enlightenment. And so he goes around, he's written some great books, he goes around and he speaks spiritual truth, very powerful guy. So he was doing a question and answer at one of his talks, right? He gave a talk and then he opened it up for questions and answers. And so someone raised their hands and he called upon him and he said, you know, what's your question? And the guy said,